rise again. And I'll rise up. I like the waves. I rise up. In spite of the ache, I rise up. And I do it 1,000 times again. The silence is it.
What a great song, Danny. What a great, I mean, different energy, but just a great song, everyone. That is, what's her name? Andra Day?
And Andra Day, yeah.
Andra Day, Rise Up. Guys, welcome everybody to the broadcast. Welcome for you guys joining us for the first time. This is the KFit Talk podcast. Yes, we're coming across the lives right now, across Instagram and Facebook. So make sure you check out the channels that we have on both of those social media platforms. Make sure you guys subscribe and definitely get on the Spotify's, the Apple Musics, and check out all of our broadcasts. We're at season 11 right now. Episode 7. We're going to be changing seasons in a couple of, I think maybe next week or so. So always have great topics. Like we like to say, we talk fitness, food, life, and fun. Can't do it without each and every one of you guys. All right, folks. So welcome to the broadcast. We the topic today, you guys heard us mention this. If we had a penny for every time we mentioned it, we'd all be millionaires. All right. But it's a very important topic, as all of them are. But we want you guys to engage, have fun, put your comments in, tell us where you're listening from. 22 countries we're being broadcasted in. We're really happy for that. The podcast platforms have released it to us every week on what our audience looks like, and it's doing phenomenal because each and every one of you guys. So we want to welcome you guys from all over the world. My name is Jon Koga. My partner in crime is down there in Westminster, Maryland. I'm up here in Long Island, New York, and it's, oh God, man, I wanted to take the top off the Benzito today, but I didn't, Danny. I almost dropped that top at 68 degrees. Anyway, what's going on, Danny, in the world of Danny?
I went to get my coffee, and I had my panoramic sunroof open. Yeah,
nice.
So, yeah.
You got it. Vitamin D, baby.
Sun is good. Yeah.
So Danny, what's the story? Everything's going good down? Your members, your clients?
I mean, it's kind of like why I threw out that title, that one of the topics to you today. So I've got to get in a different mindset. So I'm things are good.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like,
listen,
and we'll get into it, but
you guys are all noticing a different energy about Danny right now. Okay, once again, she's hold on. We all think she's a Marvel character, superhuman. Everybody runs to Danny. But when Danny needs a shoulder to lean on, I know each and every one of you guys are there for. I know I am. So we're gonna get Danny through this podcast. She's gonna lift us up. We're gonna lift her up. This is her topic. She owns this one because she's the one that's been preaching this for ever since the day one. Danny, let's get you feeling good. I know we're gonna get through this together, and we're gonna have a good podcast. So talk to us. Get it off your chest, baby girl.
Yeah, I mean, I went back to listening to The Secret. I preached The Secret. I work The Secret. I work it every single day. But I'm like, you know what? There's got to be something that I'm missing. Okay. Because like out of sight, out of mind. Like maybe you're am I half-assing it? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So I just went back to the basics again. And I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good, at least for today, but, I was taking notes as I was listening to it. So I got my notes and everything, certain things that I wanted to, reiterate, and also reiterate for myself.
Yes.
Because, whatever you put, and I say it all the time, but I have to start putting that feeling to it. Whatever you put out is what you get back. I have to start putting that feeling to it again. Not just again. I feel like maybe possibly I'm half-assing this shit that I've been preaching, because if I'm so freaking positive, if I'm so freaking putting it, and I mean, I had another discussion with God. It wasn't as bad as the other day, but I'm just like, I'm a good person. Like, why in the hell do I feel like I'm just like under freaking water all the goddamn time? Like, why can't I breathe?
Okay.
And, so it's just like, okay, well, what are you putting out? Well, I'm talking about the shit that's bothering me.
Right.
Stop. That's part of it. I'm putting feeling and passion to the shit that's bothering me. The
Okay.
more you give attention to whatever it is, the more you're attracting it back. Do I want more of that shit that's bothering me?
No,
No.
I hear
Then
you.
why am I talking about it? Then why am I giving it passion? Why am I focused on it? Yes, it's hurting me internally. Yes, I want to get it off my chest, but the more I get it off my chest, I'm gonna get it off my chest to you. I'm gonna get off my chest to her. I'm gonna get off my chest to him. I'm gonna get off my. So I'm just constantly talking about it. Shut
Okay.
the fuck up. Deal with it. Like
No,
it's
no.
you
I
know
don't
what
want
I
to. I
mean?
don't. I'm not going to tell you to shut the fuck up and deal with it. I'm
No,
going to
I
tell
mean,
you.
like for
I know.
me though,
I know what you say. I know what you're
yeah.
saying, but yeah,
That's what
I'm
I'm
not.
saying. Like it's like because I'm putting passion because every time like I'm an animated person, I'm a passionate person. So
Sure.
whatever I do talk about, I put passion to whether it's good, bad, indifferent, fun, happy, sad, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like and so and that was part of like one of the notes that I took and that I remembered that I forgot. What you put passion to is what you bring about.
Okay.
So why is shit keep coming at me? Somebody hit my front end of my goddamn car again. So I got to get a new freaking bumper for my car to have it looking the way I want it to look pristine.
Yeah.
You know? And at first it was like, why? Like what the heck? Like what am I doing? Well, what are you doing? Like you're constantly putting passion into this shit that's going wrong in your life, even though I might not be focused on it per se, but when I am focused on it, there's passion to it. And
Right.
whatever I'm putting passion to that, I'm getting it back. So I gotta stop doing that. Put
Right.
passion to what I want. Put all the passion to what I want in my life. Do I want somebody to hit my car? No. So stop putting passion to that somebody did hit my car. You,
Okay.
you know, do I want, bad renters? No. So stop putting passion to that, right? Do or and then today, like I actually was saying 3 things that I was grateful for about my renters
Okay.
so that it changes that mindset
Right.
because whatever even if they you might be telling truths about someone, but if you're not speaking kind words about someone, that's coming back onto you. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like take responsibility. Everything that's coming at me, it's not God, it's me. I'm giving passion to those things and it's coming to me. So I have to put and my first I have to put and I have to take responsibility. So everything that we have in our life, the universe is putting, it's mirroring, right? So if I want good things and if I want good renders, if I want, money, if I want wealth, if I want whatever it is, right? I have to put passion to that and put feeling to that and let the universe mirror it back to me because right now the universe is mirroring what I'm putting out and what I'm putting out is frustration, aggravation. Up there goes another thing, you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, there goes another thing, I can't breathe, I'm, like whatever, right?
Mhm.
You know,
You know.
so
Yeah.
today's the day I got to stop doing, at least in the moment, right? At least in the moment.
No, we're gonna be fine. And guys, listen, I got to tell you, we've never started a podcast like this before, and I hate to say, I'm not happy that we are, but I'm happy you guys see Danny's vulnerable side and see that Danny is human. And I'm also going to tell you that chances are one of you folks listening right now will go experience the same mindset as Danny right now. You could probably relate to her. Like we want to put the happy Jon Koga and Danny K face on right now, but this is the reality of each and every one of our lives. I don't even want to know what if I was this morning, but I'll leave it at that because this is about Danny right now. So like to see Danny come out of the gate and start this podcast. First of all, everybody, welcome to the podcast. All right, let's take a step back. Let's take a step back. Let's tell you what the topics are. All right, we're gonna discuss mindset right now. I'm turning purple, but that's okay. I love this girl more than anything, man. And to see Danny start the podcast like this, it definitely bothers me. But I also want you guys to see that, Look at this is Danny. I know you guys put Danny K all the way up here, but I have some questions for Danny K because you know what? Danny's gonna turn this topic upside down on its head right now because she's living it as we speak. Okay, she's living it, and she's the first one to tell her clients, our members, our subscribers about positive mindset. So, Danny, question for you, and once again, welcome everybody. All right. Let's walk you through this. So
Welcome to the KFit shit show. No,
that's fair. Right. We might have to call one topic the shit show instead of free talk. Danny, so let me ask you this. All right. So going through this right now, I got a couple of questions for you. So when you're going through something, you're doing laws of attraction, you're reading The Secret, you're doing your positive affirmations, you're doing that. Does it ever happen where you just become impatient for it to happen? Do you you're human, you have emotions, so is it just when it rains it pours, and is it more like how much time do I give this before there's going to be change? I'm trying to create the change on my own. Does that ever play on your head okay, enough is enough? Well, how does it work, Danny? How do you fight the battle in your head to say fuck this, I got to get through this, I'm going to put my Danny K cutoff shirt back on, and I'm going to get back to Danny K? So how does it work, Danny? Because you're human, you have emotions. Sometimes we look at Danny as this, like I said, this freaking Marvel character with these superhuman powers, and she does. So what do you tell Danny K? Okay, be patient. I know patience is a big part of mindset. So Danny, how are you walking yourself and getting yourself through this right now without cursing yourself and cursing God, which is fine because that's part of the whole struggle that we have to get through.
Yeah.
So what are you doing, Danny? This is perfect timing for us to discuss this freaking topic.
So I mean, what I'm doing is I'm getting back to my basics of what got me, through some of the hardest times and that is The Secret. I'm listening to The Secret. I'm bringing it back to the
into action, right? Listening and putting it into action.
Now,
right?
and like I said, since I've listened to it over the years, I put it in action. I still have my gratitude pebble that's in my pocket since May 2016. It's the same freaking pebble.
Wow.
I freak out when I lose it. You know what I'm saying? But patience. I that's what I keep saying. God, I've been patient long enough. I've paid my dues. Why in the hell why isn't all this shit, why is all this coming at me? You know what I mean? There's a shit ton more with my whole renter situation or whatever. But what I did, what The Secret reminded me of, and what I got to go back to doing is saying 3 things that I appreciate about someone when I'm frustrated with that person, when I'm frustrated with the situation or whatever. Because again, you're mirroring back what you're putting. The universe is only giving you what you're putting out, right? Okay. So we're not the circumstance is us, if I'm saying that correctly. So we're not the universe. Things aren't happening to us. We've created that through our thought.
Okay.
Everything that comes to us is because we thought it or felt it.
Okay.
And I mean, so if I'm feeling struggle, if I feel like I'm in a struggle, I'm feeling it. So, and then what am I doing? I'm putting that feeling out into the universe, and the universe has no other option but to give me back what I'm feeling.
Gotcha.
So it's this constant battle. Yes, I am in a struggle. I'm feeling the struggle. The universe says, here's more struggle. I'm feeling the struggle. Here's more struggle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So when are you going to stop feeling struggle and start realizing that the universe isn't putting you in a situation, you're putting yourself in. And that's where I had to take responsibility, because I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of being exhausted. I'm tired of not being able to breathe. Like I said, there's shit that's coming down on me that I don't post on Facebook. I don't, you know what I mean? Very little people know. But and one of the biggest things is my whole renter situation where it's my house and I have no rights to it. And I'm so frustrated and I just want to go and you know what I mean?
Shame on these
but
people.
That's not going to get me anywhere, and then I got to think, people treat you the way most of the time, I treat people the way I want to be treated.
Right.
So I'm going to give you, whether I like you or not, whether you're disrespecting me or not, I'm still going to give you the utmost respect of what I can possibly give until I get to that point,
Right.
but I'm still going to do all the right things the right way because I've got God and my mom watching me.
Okay.
Right? I got to answer to my mom. Like, I don't give a fuck about anybody else. I got to answer to my mom. And if I'm not doing the right things to answer to my mom in the correct way, she going to bat me in the back of the head. She going to like whatever, put me in a chokehold and straighten my shit out,
I love
you
it.
know?
Love it.
So I got to do it. I got to do it the right way. And, people like, aren't you tired of like, being nice to people when they're like, I mean, that's them. They're in. So if I'm feeling that struggle and they're treating me that way, they must be in more of a struggle. So I got to pray for them.
Okay.
I gotta say 3 things that I'm grateful for. So because right now I'm allowing them to control my happiness. I'm allowing them to control my mood. I'm allowing them to control what the universe is mirroring back to me. And I got to stop that. And I switched that. I flipped that switch today, and I was like, you know what? What got me where I was before, and that was The Secret, listening to The Secret. I'm dyslexic, so I don't read The Secret. I don't read books. I listen to the audio. And
Right.
so I'm listening to the audio. Like I said, I'm taking my notes, and I was just like, yeah, this is where I'm at. This is where I gotta be, and this is what I gotta remember. All of these things that because I feel like I'm practicing that. I'm doing that. But um, maybe an hour into the book, I think it's like chapter 3 or 4, maybe, I realized, guess what? You were only half-assing those steps, bitch. You were only half-assing them.
Right.
So, so what I thought I was doing, I really wasn't. And so we find ourselves doing that, right? It's like, oh, I'm following my meal plan to the T. Well, break it down for me, John.
No,
Like
you're
what?
not. Yeah, you're really not.
If you're gaining weight and
Yeah, yeah,
you're working out, I see you. You're training with me all the time. I see you, right?
yeah,
If
yep.
you're gaining weight, there's something wrong.
That's right.
Break
It's not
it
what you're.
down.
Yep.
Break
It's not what you're
it
doing.
down.
Yep. I
Tell me,
agree.
and then we look at it. We look at it. We look at it. You're like, oh, see, I got lenient on that. I got lenient on that. We got to bring it back to the basics and structure it back to where it was, so you start seeing those results, right?
Right.
So that's kind of where I feel like even though I practice a lot of The Secret and I remember The Secret, but there's certain pockets, certain nuances of those things that really got me in the right mindset. And so and then today I find myself, like, even today when I got back from going to the bank and to the Dunkin' Donuts, somebody was in my parking space. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna park over here and I'm gonna love it. This is a new space. Look, you know what I mean? Like, I'm playing. I'm being
Yeah,
playful or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But that's the I gotta stop being aggravated with people that aggravate me.
Okay,
You're
so now, yep,
you're in that situation. I'm not, but you're
yeah.
putting me in that situation, and I can't have that. I gotta take my power back.
All right. So with regard to mindset, I look at it as like there's immediate mindset that's caused by something right now, somebody in your parking spot. There's somebody that irritated you, something that you want changed now. And then I look at mindset on like developing like a positive growth mindset for down the road. Like, okay, I
Right.
want to make sure I whatever, take on this next challenge, this next goal, and confronted with the right mindset. So right now, let's try to figure out some tips here that we can give on immediate on changing our immediate mindset. So Danny K is raging right now. Fucking veins are popping out of her fucking biceps. Somebody pulled into parking in her spot. Somebody hit your car. Like this, and I don't know the answer to this. And guys, you might be able to relate to this because you're like, how do you can't just turn the switch on and off. I get, maybe you can, maybe you can't. So what tips can we give to say, I know, deep breath, see the situation clearly before we act,
Right.
all that good
Yeah.
stuff. Like, so if somebody's experienced right now a mindset that they're not happy, they don't want to be in, they had a fight with their loved one, they're facing whatever, they're doing this, they're financially strapped, their kids are sick, their dog is ran away. Like, I don't have what tips can we give, Danny, and for yourself right now?
Yeah.
What do we do to change that mindset, not permanently, but just to give us a clearer head I'm not talking about turning to drugs or alcohol or
No.
that's off the fucking table. So Danny, what does Danny K do to try to just deal with it at the now, present mindset?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
So that's the thing, being present. And that's when you're present in like a little situation. Does it really, at the end of the day, does it really matter that that guy's parked in my parking space?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but we're so used to like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I want. Oh, now you've pissed me off. Oh, now, but at the end of the day, 5 minutes later, is that really going to matter? Does it really matter? So that's another thing that you're like, 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 hold on. Does it really matter that whatever? No, it doesn't. Does
Danny,
that
hold that 1 second. Could you imagine that person that parked in your spot was waiting for you to come in because he's a new member that wants to join your gym?
exactly, right?
Now
And that's the thing. Like sometimes that has happened, right?
Now
So
what?
and at that point, that's why like be present, like validate. Like we get irritated off of but I'm not saying you're not ever going to get irritated, and because you're present, because you're in the right mindset, you're not ever going to get irritated. You're going to get irritated with stupid shit. Your husband, wife, kid left a sock on the ground. Oh, at least they have socks to put on their foot. You know what I mean? No,
Right,
like,
right.
you're gonna be like, look, didn't I tell you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Like at the end of the day, just come pick it up. You know what I mean? Like, but so you're still validate your feeling. I'm not, and that's where a lot of times people like think that they if they get aggravated and they shouldn't get aggravated, or that was stupid to get aggravated. Validate your feeling on whatever it is. You know what I mean? Because we're human.
Yes.
But there are bigger things, bigger things that, will irritate us, later down the road. You know what I mean? Like we say it all the time, like to the kids when, you wouldn't let your, 5-year-old have a ho-ho and be like, if that's what you're crying about, wait till you get like 30 and you have a mortgage and a job and you know what I mean? Like all this stuff, you know what I mean? Like 2 kids, you know how to put food on you. You're bothered about a damn ho-ho. You know what I mean? Like, because we can put things in perspective because we're like, that's nothing. You're crying about a damn ho-ho that I won't give you. But deal with the shit that we got to deal with. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
So you put things in perspective.
Yep.
Like I said, the more you are present with the things that happen now, that helps you with the things that are in the future. You know what I mean? To have that mindset. And like I said, I'm getting back to the basics with with the secret. That has helped me stay present, and it's helped me, speak. You speak about what you want. Like if you're wearing a white shirt and you're like, oh, I don't want to spill anything on. Guess what you're telling the universe?
You're gonna spill something.
Spill all the shit on my white shirt. You know what I mean? So it's like it's teaching you, it's teaching you and being present on learning how to speak about things that you want. Don't speak about things that you don't want, because the universe doesn't hear do's and don'ts. The universe hears spill on your shirt. The universe hears, like I don't want any traffic. I don't want to hit any. Here's traffic. That's all it hears.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that's another way of being present and working on some really good verbiage, like language on being present. Speak the things. It's hard. Speak only the things you want. So if you don't want to hit traffic on the way to work, what are you going to say? Well, I don't know. Why not?
Right.
So, if you're wearing a white shirt and you don't want to spill anything on it, say something positive about that. Well, I don't know how to say that. Okay, well, I will keep my white shirt clean. I will drive to work, unfazed. You know what I mean? Like you have to actually we have to actually work hard at speaking the things that we want, because it's so easy to speak something negative. It's so easy to speak something harsh about someone. You know what I mean? Like, you pulled in my part. Oh, you douchebag. Ooh. So when I call that person a douchebag, whether he hears it or not, the universe hears that I called that person that for whatever reason, and that comes back onto me. Now, it's prolonged thoughts, right? So maybe not like that quick if you called somebody a poop head or whatever, but it's prolonged thoughts. And what have I been doing about, my situation over there with the other house? It's prolonged thoughts because I'm not getting any satisfaction, and they're having all the rights and I have nothing, right?
Right.
So it's just like, nope, I'm gonna, everything's gonna work out. They're gonna be gone. They are gone. Like, so it's like, speak what you want. That's another way of doing things. Speak what you want in the now as if you already have it, because then you're telling the universe, and you're feel that feeling, like,
Right.
like if you say, "Oh, I don't have any money." And then if you say, "Oh, I have $1 million." Like, how do you feel? Like, even if you have money and you say, "I don't have any money," you kind of feel a little weird, right?
Right. Right.
But if you say, "I have $1 million," then you feel good. You feel good, right? So it's all about it's all about your feelings, and your prolonged. So speak what you want, and speak it like you have it now. So I have
Yeah.
great renters. My previous renters are gone. I have my house is revamped and looks amazing. I feel so good when I'm saying those things.
Yeah.
So even if they're not true right now, the universe don't know that. The universe senses and feels the energy and the
Energy. Yeah.
frequency of what I'm putting out,
Right.
right?
Love
And
it.
then, so what am I getting back? I'm going to get back that same frequency, right?
It's
So
great.
I'd much rather play a trick in a mind game on me. And again, like, that's why I went back to The Secret. I'm like, this isn't working. Whatever I'm doing is not working, and all I keep getting is struggle, and I can't breathe. So
Good.
what do I got to do? I'm going back to The Secret, and let's figure something out.
Right.
And so now I'm in that. So every time I'm like, oh nope, okay, I'm gonna say things that I want, speak it in the now. Like, I have all the money in the world to fix up my house. My house is already fixed. I have great renters in there right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling that feeling, and then it feels really great to say those words. So the universe is going to um has no other option but to give me back what I'm feeling. It's
Gotcha.
it's it's frequency.
All
It's
right.
real.
So guys, so check this out now. So let's discuss right now some tips. Some tips now. So let's discuss some tips for developing that, positive mindset and growth and whatnot. So, like, there's no way around this, and they might put you in a fucking white jacket and take you off to the loony bin if you start doing this online in the supermarket. And you have to talk to yourself. You have to. You have to talk to yourself. It could be out loud. It could be in under your breath, but you have to direct yourself into a direction. You have to be present. You have to say, okay, you know what? That parking spot is taken. Like Danny just said, we have to have the ability to change our own mindset, because the next guy's not changing our mindset for us. You can listen to a song. It could take you away. You can get some self-affirmations. You can go to God, which God's a different story. So whatever you believe in, that's great. He supersedes everything. We all know that, or she, whatever you believe in. But the point that needs to be made is that you can't remain silent. You have to change, speak to yourself, and cultivate a good attitude at that point in time. Say, you know what, like Danny just said, even though in the back of you, I shouldn't say that might be wrong, it's not going to happen this second, but kind of plant that seed, let it manifest,
Yeah.
and get yourself at, because there's nothing good is going to come out of a negative mind. Nothing. I mean, even on the short term, like, oh my God, let's take one meal. Forget a 30-day meal plan. One meal, my next meal. Oh, you know what? I made my meal prep. It's sitting in my car. Oh my God, this new pizzeria opened up around oh, son of a bitch. I pull in, boom. I feel guilty. All of a sudden, I go there. I order pizza. I get in my car. In the back seat of my cooler is still my healthy meal that I was supposed to eat. I get down on myself. What did I do? Oh my God! How do I flip that? The damage is done only because you're allowing it to be done emotionally. The damage isn't. It didn't change your life. Your life didn't turn around because of
Right.
one meal that you just fell victim to.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So change your mind, because guess what? Chances are you have another 2 or 3 meals to eat that day. But hold yourself accountable. I suggest doing this. It always, for me, martial arts and the yoga and Koga, it comes back to me slowing it down and taking a deep breath.
Yeah.
Taking my deep breath. Next, I see the situation clearly. All right. I step outside of myself. I know this might warrant a quick reaction. Sometimes mindset, you want to change quick, but you got to slow it down, because chances are you're going to make a wrong emotional reaction. We all do. You have to be able to take control of that mindset. You have to be able to immediately hit it with something positive, like Danny said, some kind of positive affirmation. Oh, this son of a gun is in my parking spot, and then followed up with, might be a new member waiting for me inside my gym right now that wants to join my. Now I'm going to roll out the cart and say, that's your spot from now until.
Right. No, because then I'm going to say, by the way, thank you, welcome, but that's my spot. No.
Yeah, right. All right. So like I think it needs to be said that you have the ability and the power, and you might not get it on the first try. All right.
Right.
Fill your mind with positive thoughts. When it comes to fitness and weight loss, let's take that in, for instance. Okay. We had the pity party. I gained all this weight through the holidays. Now we're coming into spring. I promised myself I was going to work with a trainer. New Year's resolution went out the window. What do I need to do right now? I have to change my mindset. 50 people can tell you what to do. Nutritionists, personal trainers, pastors, preachers, family members, your dog speaking to you. Unless you start by yourself and take the first step of saying, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready. Nothing's going to change, guys. It becomes a vicious fucking cycle for you. It really does. And that holds true for anything. Relationships, finances, faith. You have to finally look down and say, looking in the mirror. I have to change my mindset today. Like Danny said, start out with some gratitude, some things you're grateful for. Start out with stop road raging. Start out with changing your mindset through your breathing and also through goal-oriented activities, working out. I want to get fit. I want to get in shape. Maybe you play an instrument. My client, Janine, I got to make a shout out to Janine. She looks like she's in her 30s. I think she might be late 50s. She just decided she wants to take up the drums. So her son, they buy her a drum set for Christmas. I absolutely love this shit. It's going to take her into a nice positive mindset of something that can take her away from reality for whatever given period of time. And it's music to me is positive. Okay. No matter what the words say to me, for the most part, it's self-affirmation for me, and it's positive energy I get from music. I know Danny does too. Sometimes you sing a song, you're like, oh my God, I feel great. You go back, you listen to the words, you go, holy shit, I'm not supposed to feel good after hearing that song. Like I'm singing it at the top of my lungs in my car, and I'm like, wait a minute, but it made me feel good. It moved me. It changed my mindset, guys. Right. So I like to use music. I like to use fitness. I like to use being kind. Some people might say I'm full of crap, but I feel like after you're kind to somebody, it's a good feeling to help somebody out. You feel a good, warm, fuzzy, and that might even be a person you don't like. This past week, on 3 or 4 occasions, I'm dealing with something, and the last person on this planet that I want to have to extend an olive branch to, I did it. And guess what? Probably was the wrong thing to do in some people's eyes. I walked away from there saying, you know what? I did what I had to do, and I actually deep down inside felt good about it, Danny. Well,
so, and that's what I'm saying about, like, the 3 things that I'm grateful for those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, like, obviously they're struggling more than I am. And for me, like, is that even possible? Because I know what I'm feeling. Right. But, and I feel bad. I want no ill wills to come to anyone. I don't care how bad you treat me. I don't want any ill wills to come to you, man. So and what you're saying, is like, make that list. Make the list of mood shifts of so if you're down the dumps or whatever, have a picture, your favorite song, your favorite picture, think of a favorite, your favorite loved one, like the beach, palm trees, like the sun, the moon, like, whatever images that you can, like, just focus on, and kind of like sit in that and resonate, and feel the feeling of what that favorite thing does for you. You know what I mean? Like, if it's a picture, if it's a song, if it's, a saying or a poem or whatever. Right. But, and I know you probably want to move on, but before I want to, some of my notes that I was taking from, and I just want to, like, focus with passion brings it, good or bad. So I already said that, right? So when you focus with passion, good or bad, it brings it about. So, and that's the thing. It's like I was giving too much passion to the bad things, and they're coming back to me. So my mindset and my shift is, I got to stop doing that. And so it's going to be a struggle because I've been doing it. You know what I mean? But I'm going to do it and I'm going to be successful at it. And I am successful at it. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to start thinking about like, I'm like, blah, 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 and I'm like, oop, nope,
Yeah.
back it up, be present, and say, say 3 things that I'm grateful for, whatever, and then start speaking or putting passion to something that I enjoy, not bad, right?
Right. Right.
And it says the universe will deliver that frequency. So whatever, like again, whatever you put out, whatever frequency you put out, the universe is delivering that. The universe isn't doing anything to you. The universe, and the sooner you figure this out, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, is a friendly universe. It is a friendly God. They are not doing anything to harm you. Um, and that's, something that I've got to, reiterate to myself, right? Because you were like, oh, why are you but it's a frequency of whatever I'm putting out. I am in control of what comes to me, good, bad, or indifferent. And why and how? Because of what I'm feeling. If I'm feeling, poor, woe is me, sad, frustrated, irritated, like I want to rip somebody's head off, what's coming back to me? All of that, right?
Right.
That's not what
Yeah.
I want. I don't want those things to be there. So stop looking at them. Stop giving passion to them. Stop giving them any thought, right?
Right.
Another thing, if something if something comes to you, you drew it with prolonged thoughts, right? So again, like I said, a quick thought about something, no, but a prolonged thought is what's coming to you. So
Okay.
if I feel like I'm in this struggle where I can't breathe, it's my prolonged thoughts. Well, why? Because I am in a situation, especially with that, my
Right.
renters, that it is like, and I'm very passionate, and I've helped them. I've helped them a great deal, financially and all of that. And then now it's getting turned around on me. But you know what? They must be hurting more than I am. For them to turn and flip the switch onto me and do those things, right? So, but I'm giving prolong. If I'm struggling, if I'm sitting in that, I'm allowing whoever it is to give to have that power over me, and I'm giving that
Absolutely.
prolonged thought. So I got to stop giving that prolonged thought to something that I don't want. Do I want to be in struggle? No. Do I want to not breathe? No. Do I want to be sad? No. Do I want to be depressed? No. Then why are you giving prolonged thought to all of that shit?
I
What,
agree.
you know what I mean?
For
Like
sure.
what, give prolonged thought to everything that you want, right? Something else. Stop being on autopilot. We are always on autopilot. And then again, we wonder, well, why did that happen? Well, why did that happen? Because we're on autopilot. We're letting other people think our thoughts. We're letting other people control our feelings, our thoughts. So if we start being present and start being on like our own drive,
Hmm.
so we're in our own thought. We're putting out our own thoughts. We're not on autopilot. We're not letting other people think for me. I don't want other people thinking for me, but I've been allowing it, right?
Right.
I've been allowing other people to control my happiness, my joy, and I got
Right.
to stop that. And getting back to the basics, I just got to stop being on autopilot and start thinking about the things that I want and speak the things that I want, give passion to those things and give feeling to those things. Um what in 10 things and thoughts. Thoughts cause your feelings. So whatever your thought is your that ends up being your feeling. So if your thought is I don't have any money, you're going to start feeling down, right? You're going to start feeling like, "Oh my god." You're going to start feeling um in scarcity, right?
Right.
If your thought is you're irritated about, someone cutting you off, right? That's giving you a feeling of "Rawr, rawr, 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 rawr," you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so whatever, if someone, gave you a compliment, your thought gives that feeling. Like you feel really good, right? Because you thought those. So think about that. Thoughts cause your feelings, right? Your feelings aren't causing your thoughts. Your thoughts are causing your feelings.
I love it.
Um you're getting what you're feeling. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, also, I have a few that I was kind of researching and kind of came made up. I don't know if they're right or wrong, but this is what a big part, guys, is that we get embarrassed by certain things, situations we're in. We feel funny about this. We don't want somebody to see our vulnerability. So you have to learn to like acknowledge and embrace your imperfections. All right. So we all have imperfections. All right. And we all want to run from them and hide from them. But if we hide from them and we don't confront them, all right, the weaknesses, guaranteed we're not going to overcome them. You can't push things under the rug and put stuff that's on your mind and causing your mindset right now to be, skewed, and to be altered by pushing them. You can't just push them away and suppress them somewhere and push them. You have to embrace them. Is a tough word. Embrace them. You think of enjoy, but sometimes you have to embrace the things you don't like. And that's imperfections that we have. We're never going to overcome. So I'm tired of looking at myself in a bikini and I have this, or my ass is that, or I'm broke. And you have to embrace it. And then we can learn to overcome it. All right. I believe, okay, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's a tip to for you guys to be able to get growth, mindset growth. All right, good.
None of this is easy. It's all just about being present and taking it one step at a time.
Right. Sure.
Yep. Like if you're talking about, I feel gross, I'm fat, I'm gross, blah blah blah. So, try and be present. Be like, you know what? I remember what Danny said. I remember what John said. I got to say 3 things that I'm grateful for or that I appreciate about myself.
Right.
That's hard to do.
Now,
because
really
we can think about all appreciative things for other people, but when it comes to us, we have a hard time,
totally
saying,
agree.
"Oh, well, I'm pretty. Oh, well, I'm a really good person," or you know what I mean. But that's how you change your mindset. Be present. You're gonna say shitty things. You're gonna say shitty things about yourself. You're gonna say shitty things about people, like whatever. We're human, right? Like you were saying, but you have to be in that mindset of trying to straighten it out right then and there, correct it, because the more you feel bad about yourself for being overweight or eating that pizza when you had your prepped meal in the back, you're just gonna keep putting yourself down, and you're gonna, that's when you start feeling those feelings. And you're putting that out in the universe is just going to return those feelings to you. So switch it right then and there. Be present. Switch it right then and there and be like, you know what? Yeah, I should have picked my meal prep, but you know what? Hey, I got that for the next meal. And this was really good. And I actually tipped somebody that probably needed some money. You know what I mean?
Right,
so
true.
Really good things about that, right?
True. Yep,
so,
for sure.
Yeah. So now you're feeling good about what you did and moving on.
I would also, and I read this a while ago somewhere, I'm probably misquoting it, but the concept and the gist of it is try something new every day. I'm not talking like a different food. Try something new every day. It might be in the gym. I've been wanting to use that Smith press, but you know what? I'm worried about it. Or I wanted to do this. I wanted to maybe try a different walk on my daily walk. We become creatures of habit. If you try something new, one thing, it could be as small as a different toothpaste, a different whatever. If you try something new, okay, you think about it. In 1 year, if you did something, that's 365 new things I taught myself. And out of those 365 things is going to create growth in your mindset. Now, I think if I could recall correctly, we start seeing things as challenges instead of problems. Okay. So with mindset, most of the time, for the most part, when we're changing our mindset, it's because we're confronting a problem. When you have to confront a challenge, when you call it a challenge, the person in me, the person in Danny K, we're always up for a challenge because we want to always win. We want to overcome challenges. I don't care if Danny doing the dumbbells with 85s or it's, trying to set a goal in New You life to bump her up to the next level. When we treat things in life as a challenge, that I have an old saying, put my back to the wall is the worst thing you can possibly do to me, is try to put my back up against the wall, because I'm not talking about physically coming out kicking the shit out of you, because I'll do that. No, I won't. Let me take that back. But I'm talking about, dazzling somebody with intellect. I don't care if you've never read a book in your life. When you're positive about something and somebody comes at you and they put you back to a wall and they try to challenge you, you're going to come out swinging physically, mentally, and emotionally. When somebody comes at you, when you're confronting a problem, you have one foot on the grave and the other one on the banana peel, because that word problem indicates that the battle's already fucking won on the other person's behalf. And it's not the case. we can change our mindset by setting things as challenges and not as problems. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Again, that's words too, right? You're
right.
putting that word out, you're changing it. So, like, and I have, past few months or whatever, I've been saying struggle, like struggle, struggle. Well, what's that putting out? That's putting out that struggle, and I'm getting more struggle. So if I look at it as a challenge, I mean, as I look at certain things, there's always a solution, right? I'm gonna
Right.
find a solution. Oh, okay,
Right.
boom. I was hit with that. What's the solution? What are you trying to teach me? What am I supposed to learn from this? And then even through all of this stuff, I've said that to myself the last couple of days. What am I supposed to learn? I mean, this is happening. It's here. So obviously, I need to have some takeaways from this so that it's not as bad as it seems, right?
Right.
So, okay, well, now this is my takeaway. I've learned this, so I'm going to start doing that. Oh, I'm going to put that on my checklist now. Boom. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
so, I mean, I don't know, like, even just for today, listening to The Secret, I'm in a better and a different mindset, and I'm glad for that, right? I'm glad. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep practicing that. And I got to get back to that basic and not just half-assing The Secret like I've been. Obviously, I'm not doing it to the T, because if I was doing it to the T, then I wouldn't be know having these quote unquote struggles and these issues and whatever, and I wouldn't look at them as problems. I would look at them as like, got you. That's
Right.
it.
Right.
Got it.
Right. Another thing this one I'm looking at here, this one I kind of looked at, I kind of Googled some stuff, and it said, I actually like this one. This is not from me. This is from, where is this from? One of these journals that I read. Focus on experience, not end results. All right. So focusing on your experience, there may be activities you have avoided because you're not, and I'm reading this. This is not mine to take credit for. If you're not confident you would be good, all right, focus on, let me take a step back. All right, let's go again. There are many activities you have avoided because you're not confident that you'd be good at them. Ask yourself, does it really matter if I am really good at this? I like that, because perfectionists have a problem with this, because people that are perfectionists, they want to master everything. And I get it. There's a part of me that says that. But the answer to that is no, you don't need to be good at everything. How about enjoying some? How about not being as good at it, but you walked away saying, son of a gun, I enjoy doing that. Okay. You're not, there's always going to be somebody faster, somebody smarter, there's always going to be. Okay. All right. So if you focus on the experience rather than the end result, you can have a lot more fun. And you might even, unwillingly, they say, find something which actually you're better at than you even thought of. All right.
Right.
So, and if you try something new every day, all this mindset shit ties into each other, guys. It's taking yourself out of your daily rut, once again, we're creature of habit. So when we're developing a positive mindset, we got to step out of our comfort zone, Danny. We have to, because we're so boxed into not being present and worrying about, the end results, and worrying about the problem, and not accepting and embracing the challenge. We're never going to get to a place where we're happy in our mindset if we don't change our mind and our thoughts, Danny. That's what as far as I see it, I learned a lot. We're not done with this yet, guys. We're gonna do. I don't want to stray from this topic, because this topic is, we're getting some good comments, and if you guys have any tips or tricks that you guys use to change your mindset, short term and long term, let us know. You might be a psychologist. We have many doctors and stuff that listen to this, and PhDs and psychologists. There might be something you use, maybe a technique that we can use, or something we can practice to help assist us in changing our mindset and changing our ways. I think, Danny, what we're gonna do is the metabolism. We'll put that off till next week, because that's a whole nother topic. I don't want to go shortchange, So, and this we ended up doing this topic, and Danny came out at the intro, really living this right now, and like she said, it's not going to be easy. When somebody hurts you financially, emotionally, physically, they're trying to take advantage of your kindness for weakness. For us to both to sit here and go, you could just change the light switch in your mindset and tell you love. Danny doesn't love these scumbags that are fucking destroying her fucking house. Okay, excuse my language.
Say 3 things that you are grateful for about, so that you appreciate about.
I know. And God forgive me for saying, and folks, forgive me, cover your ears.
But no, it's
their children listening, it's not that easy, but take the deep breath. See the situation clearly. Know that if I do come out with a quick, stupid, emotional response, there's going to be ramifications and consequences probably for that. I don't want to punch the guy in the face when I go to Dick because I wanted to drive down to Maryland, go to these people's house and drag these what's out of their house because that's the love we have for Danny Kaye. All right. But unfortunately, this is not these people like this that's causing these problems for Danny. We're not going to mention any names. I guarantee every aspect of their life is a shit show. Every aspect of their
and that's sad because I really feel like they started out being really good people and not saying that they're not good people. They're hurt people hurt. So the more they're in a struggle, the more people are in struggles, if they don't catch themselves, they end up hurting other people because they're hurt, right? So, at the end of the day, hurt people hurt. And, I feel bad. I really do. Like, I mean, I feel bad for myself. You know what I mean?
No.
But I'm in such a better place. And even though I'm in an irritated state of place. And even though I'm in they've kind of set me back financially with all of this, even though I'm still in a better place mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, that and I pray for them. You know what I mean? Like
in the long run, you definitely are, and you're actually practicing parts of the secret without even saying you're forgiving. You're putting it out there that they're good people, and I know for in fact. I'm giving you a different view of these people, but I'm gonna work on that myself, okay? And you're gonna get Jenny, you're gonna get that back. You know this, and I know I'm not Nostradamus, and I know I'm not, I don't have all the answers there. I don't have a crystal ball, but Danny, it got you this far in your life, and it sucks. Listen, you want to hurt people, you hit people in their wallet. The old saying, hit them in their wallet, not in their face. And I got news for you. There's some truth to that, but. Money can and always will be made back if you put all the things we discussed today, mindset, laws of attraction. If you start, and you're not going to get them all right on just one given day, guys. It's a process, it's a lifelong journey. When you're trying to exercise these tips that we're throwing out there, I'm still learning about it.
I want to show you this.
What do you got, Danny? Is that Danny Kaye's new ranking?
Not new ranking, but for February, top customer enroller.
Okay, so there you go, Danny. Guys,
the whole entire company.
For those of you on the podcast not watching the lives, Danny just put her phone up, showing that she is one of the number one sellers on her at her company right now, which equates to obviously a nice commission. So if you guys want more information on how to get involved with Danny and that company, or Sizzle or New You Life, just reach out to us. All right. It's not a get rich quick scheme, but I can tell you this, you're going to have some fun. You're going to be surrounded with some like-minded people. Danny Kaye, of course, is one of the top ones in the business as far as I'm concerned. And it can take your mind away from the stresses and anxieties of,
and helping people get healthy, helping people feel better,
Good point. Yeah, good point. Excellent point.
And that's always, even when like you have to put yourself, like if you're struggling financially, play the game of, I am wealthy, I have money, you know what I mean? Like just play those games. Like my mom used to say, money don't grow on trees. But like when you listen to The Secret, like at one point, I haven't gotten to that yet, but when you listen to The Secret, they talk about like why not? Like when you're driving down the road, you see all the leaves on the trees, pretend and pray that visualize every single leaf is $100 bill, and you'd be like, ooh, you know what I mean? So it is abundant. So when you're living in abundance, you're not living in scarcity, obviously. And when you're living in scarcity, you're not living in abundance. So when you're feeling like, oh my God, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. Guess what? You're living in scarcity and you can't afford it. Right. So, and what I have found, like in the past, what I have found is when you feel like you can't afford something, when you feel like, you're, oh my God, like how am I going to pay the next bill, or how am I going to put gas in my car or whatever? Take $1, go buy $1 scratch off and hand it to a stranger. You're giving something to someone, and you spend $1. The universe doesn't know, that there was only $1. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
like
but the
that.
universe sees that, oh, you're living in abundance. You took $1, you took your money and gave something to someone. You're living in
Wow.
abundance. So now you're
Yeah,
feeling abundance, right?
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
And,
Or
and
go and pay it forward. Like, even, it's just a coffee. It's just a $2 or $3 coffee. Like, yeah, I know. Okay. So you're feeling like, oh my God, I can't afford, I can't afford, I can't afford. But if you can't afford, why are you going to get coffee?
right.
Right? So if you can't afford and you're getting coffee, pay it forward, pay for a coffee, eh, or just say, hey, here's $1, give it to the next person, for their bill.
Right.
Yes, even though it's $1, the universe knows that, ooh, she's living or he's living in abundance. He just gave money. He doesn't know. The universe doesn't know that you only gave $1. The
Right.
universe knows that you gave money, right? You
Right.
gave. So you're going to get that in return. It's the feeling.
Danny, you said something. We'll wrap it up on this next word that you brought up that I think we probably should have brought it up sooner, but it's okay. So, guys, Danny talked about visualization, visualizing it happening. And do you realize that some of the most elite top athletes in let's say the Olympics, let's just use weightlifting, for instance, before they go out on that platform, they visualize, they go through the process of visualization where they watch themselves approach the bar, take their deep breaths, do their little whatever their ritual protocol is, and they see themselves succeeding in that deadlift, in that squat, and in that overhead press. And like Danny said, you're driving past that tree that has cash on it in your driveway. Start telling yourself, you know what? Maybe money. I'm going to put it out there. Maybe money does. Maybe it'll motivate you to take on that task and that goal and that challenge. So you can say, you know what? My money is growing on trees right now. I can overcome that. I do. I visualize myself. Maybe some of you guys want to be in that bathing suit this summer that you bought it and it's been sitting there for how many seasons and your summers and you never got into it. Visualize yourself in it. Visualize yourself walking in your faith better, doing your daily affirmations, maybe going to church, and then hold yourself accountable for doing it.
Yeah.
The process I know it's not easy, but visualize your successes, applaud your successes, be your best cheerleader. Okay. Nothing wrong with that, but make sure you guys try to visualize the success, the health, the wealth, the happiness. If you need a partner, you recently broke up, visualize yourself with a person down the road that, hey, listen, it might not happen today, tomorrow, or next week, but it's got to bring you some kind of joy, and it's got to bring you some kind of reassurance that it is going to happen if you put all the things we discussed today into action on a daily basis. Yeah. That's what I got. That's what I got to say, boys and girls.
Living in abundance. And even if you don't have abundance, if you live in abundance and you don't pay that bill until you look at that bill thinking that, if it's a $500 bill, don't pay the bill until you think that that's a $500 check, right? Feel the feeling of, it's a $500 check, right?
I like that.
So live in abundance. Also, before you before you get in your car, before you put your car in reverse or drive, every single morning, visualize your day, intend your day. Speak out into the universe of what you want your day to go like. Before you get on a call, if you're doing a 3-way call, if you're doing, just some sort of business call, or you're doing a call with the school or whatever, right? Visualize that call and say to yourself, like, this is going to be an amazing call. I'm going to get that prospect. I'm going to talk to my child's teacher. Everything's going to be great. That, you know what I mean? Like, you intend that call, speak about what you want before you get on that call, before you leave the house, before you drive your car, before you sit down with a potential client or a potential customer, speak what you want, visualize it.
I love it. And guys, before we close it out, I have a product that's going to tie real nice into this. All right. And everybody should look into getting it. It's one of our Sizzle products. It's, every now and then, I know you want to take that quick shower, you're hustling, you're bustling, you want to get out, but let's try setting a nice hot bath up for ourselves, right? Let's try to slow it down by jumping in a nice warm bath. And Sizzle has this product. I'm going to put my smart goggles on. It's called Sizzle Soak. For those of you guys on your podcast, it's called Sizzle Soak. It's a relaxing bath. It's relaxing bath salt. All right. My bag just came in, and I told myself, I sit and I look at that bathtub that I haven't used in how many years. And I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to find some time to sit down in that bathtub, go through all the stuff we discussed, say what you're grateful for, present your day to yourself, put things in, but sit in that bath. And let me give you just the insights on what's in this Sizzle Soak. All right. Sizzle Soaks natural sea salts found in the ancient dried up shores of Utah's Lake Bonneville, along with premium essential oils and phthalate-free fragrances and relaxing and healing properties to bathe that Epsom salt alone can't provide. With Sizzle Soak, you won't take a bath. You'll alleviate the tension, calm the aches, and soak away the stress. I love this. I love that. All right. So if you guys want information, the ingredients are magnesium sulfite, heptahydrate, we have sodium chloride, there's some Epsom salt, there's ascorbic acid, there's lavandula, angustifolia oil, there's Abby's sibaric needle oil, there's black currant, apples, carrots, hibiscus, and fulvic flavors, minerals. All right. If you guys want some information on how to get yourself some Sizzle Soak, I'll give you guys, I'm going to put it to the test, man. I'm not a big fragrance guy. I don't want to come out smelling like, lavender. My body's my own musky body will supersede this. And anyway, so let's get that out there for you guys to check out. Lowest chlorine levels. It's relaxing and therapeutic. All right, and has
but also while you're soaking in that, listen to a frequency of 936 or 639 or 432.
There you go. All right, there you go. So today's podcast, I really felt we went deeper than we normally do. Just because Dani came into it being a little bit, and hopefully Dani has a little more by sharing her stories with us and showing us how she deals with it, and then just talking it out and just giving us a game plan in case we do encounter this. I think, Dani, I got to commend you on that. Thank you for opening up and as always, you're changing lives, Dani. You're changing significant lives worldwide, and this podcast is the great platform for us to reach out to the masses and have the masses reach out to us. Okay. Yeah. So if you guys enjoying what you hear, and we hope you enjoy it, we got a little deep today, but that's okay. I dropped a few more F-bombs. I only usually like to allow myself 2 F-bombs per podcast, but I think I might have exceeded that. So forgive me. As I like to say, thank you guys around the world for supporting the KFit Talk podcast. Get out there and subscribe. We can't do without you guys, right? Share this live to your page. Get to the KFit Talk page on Facebook. Click like. And next week, we'll follow up with the metabolic rate, how to increase your metabolic rate so you can reach your goals, all right? I want to thank all you guys once again. Jon Koga, shutting the hole underneath my nose. I like to say one Koga love. I am going to be out. Peace. Dani, give us a little second, reflect, tell us what you got. And
hey, I have a thought. What if the next person that, or the first, maybe 2 people that give us a topic that we use, maybe you give them a Sizzle product, I give them a New You Life product.
You got it. Deal. So if you guys haven't hung up yet, always we save the best for last. Did you hear what Dani just said? We're going to send out some product to you guys, all right?
But you got to give us a topic. 2 people, the first 2 people that give us a topic that is worth us listening, worth us talking about, give us a good topic. And like the first 2 people, and well, let's not say it this way, not the first 2 people, but the first, whoever gives us the 2 topics that we really enjoy and like and we want to pick and utilize, we'll send out Sizzle and New You Life products.
I love
How about that?
We're going to start doing that maybe once a month. I think that's a great idea, Dani. All right, we'll come up with a nice clever name for that topic of discussion. All right, sounds good.
Cool.
Rise up,
all right.
guys.
Till next time, y'all, stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated.
Rise up, guys. Rise up.
No other option.
You feel like dying, but I promise we would take the world to its feet.
He's badass.
Bring it to its feet. Mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again.
Yes, you will. All right, guys, you don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Hit that subscribe. Oh, how do I shut off, Liz? This is beautiful. This is
got me.
beautiful.
Got me emotional.
Beautiful energy.
All we need is hope. And for that we have each other.
Go to Spotify and follow her.
And that we
Yeah.
have each
Andre Day,
other.
man.
And we will rise. We will rise. We will rise.
No other option.
All right, man. I'm going to go cry. I'm going to go cry, and I'll talk to you guys next week.
I'll rise up. Rise like the day.
All right, enough.
Rise
Goodbye.
up. In spite of the age, I will rise
I can't hit end stream.
1,000
I can't end it.
times.
Goodbye.